don't know where the treats at.
Is this the passing of the torch, right? Is this what this signifies?
It comes down to that front office and what they feel is most important.
The champ is here. We touched down from a higher plane. Why you landed here?
We always look forward to that week because it was always intense.
You know that we ain't coming back. We about to.
The man, the myth, the legend, Dante Hall. My favorite player growing up was Dante Hall. I love you guys in the show, but Dante was my guy.
Get to dashing because you done on the warfare.
Chief Concerns is presented by BetOnline and Olipop. Marcus Dash here from Chief Concerns, and ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the year. It's football season, and you know what that means? It means it's time to get in on BetOnline. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads to bet on during the games. Think you know your stuff? Get in on our $200,000 mega contest and pick 5 games against the spread every week for your chance at weekly prizes and a share of $200,000. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our 150 slot games. Head to the website today and get in on the action. Bet online, the game starts here. Come on, baby, go. Yes! That's a first down. This football season, I'll be putting down normal sodas like Coca-Cola for Olipop. Olipop offers a healthier alternative with its low sugar content and natural ingredients. Olipop is more than just a drink. It's a wellness companion that supports your digestive health. Packed with prebiotics, this fizzy elixir helps promote good bacteria in your gut, leading to improved digestion and overall well-being. So go ahead, click the link in the description and use promo code SODALOVE and get your can of Olipop so you can enjoy the game guilt-free. Go Chiefs. Use the promo code SODALOVE for 15% off now. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Cash and Props with Dunn and Dash. I'm Marcus Dash here with my brother Tasia Dash, and our guy, former Chiefs tight end Jason Dunn, is waiting for you all to get into the dungeon for your Week 8 keys to victory, your 10 keys to victory for the Week 8. So, Tasia, I know we'll be coming back after JD's done with his keys to victory. We'll be giving you guys all the props and everything you need for your same game parlays on Sunday. But of course, with this new season, we introduced this amazing new segment, which JD kind of goes into his coaching points for the Week 8 game, which has been a smashing success so far in the dungeon. But I want to quickly say, hey to everybody in here, Witchy Hall, Sleepy Face, Mike Brennan. Yeah, Mike giving some World Series updates with the Dodgers and the Yankees game. I've seen all that. Yeah, loving that. But okay, guys, so without further ado, we're going to get in to the dungeon. So, JD, take it away, my brother. Give us the keys to victory for this Week 8 game in Las Vegas. Take it away, baby.
I thought it was important to start off this show like this. You see this sea of red. This is Red Friday. Didn't want to make any bones about it, no mistakes about it whatsoever. Exactly what it is that we're here to do. So you see it, the whole landscape here is red. That's what this means, Kansas City, the depths of it. Welcome to the dungeon. Turn some lights on real quick and we'll get at it. Now, put a little visual on these things. We know this week. I know this week very well. I've done plenty of games on Raider Week. And every time we would start out, talk about Raider Week, coaches would come to us in the locker room. They would always let us know how much they don't like us and how much we don't like them. And it's never changed. Over the course of years, Anybody that gets immersed into their culture understands exactly what this week means. So, there's 2 weeks in a regular season. For the Chiefs, there's not just a regular week. It ain't no regular old Sunday or Monday or whenever the game is played. It's just not a regular old day. It's not the regular old answers that you give. This week right here means something. Because the disdain, the type of malice that you have against a team like this is deep down. We've had plenty of coaches to come from that other side from over there. They used to be in Oakland and Raiders. They would come in and tell us all the time, we don't like those guys. They do things a different way. Well, guess what? We make a decision to fly out there, Vegas, okay, under the lights and the skies, and everybody gets to see. We're going to put on a show. I know they got a lot of shows out there right now, but guess what? On Sunday, the main show is going to be right there with the Chiefs and the Raiders. Make no mistake about it. So I'm going to go through the 5 keys for victory on offense and on defense. But I want you to understand the gravity of what we're dealing with when we go out there. This is a business trip, and it ain't no playing around. This is full business, full business. So we're going to start out, okay? Keys to victory. Make sure I got my offense up here. Offense. Keys to victory. Number one thing that we have to do, the number one thing we have to do on Sunday is get the ball in the hands of the playmakers. Get the ball in the hands of our playmakers. That means Xavier Worthy. That means McCole Hardman. That means Travis Kelce. That means Kareem Hunt. And guess what? We finally got him here. He is home. We've been talking about this guy for the past couple of years. But he's a free agent. All we've been asking for, we need to get this guy here in Kansas City, wearing this real red and white. And we got your boy. We went to go get him out of the depths of Tennessee. They dealing with shambles of an organization right now. They don't know which way to go. So we went to go rescue him. He was sitting there just waiting. We went to go pluck him. In the middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, Beach and those guys said, look, we're going to go get our weapon. We need to go get our guy that's going to go out here and destroy everything. They thought the Chiefs was playing around. Now you know we're serious. Now you know we're serious for this 3P. Okay? It ain't no games no more. We gave you a chance. League, we gave you a chance to catch up to us. That's what y'all thought. But now we got to make everybody pay. D-Hop, he's coming. That's what you're going to see. Hands of the playmaker. D-Hop, welcome. Number 8. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Now, look, we don't know how much D-Hop's going to play. Don't even matter. We just need to get a little bit of rhythm coming on with him and Pat. That's what I want to see on Sunday. That's what I want to see. Okay? It's going to be good for us. Number two, protect PM15 at all costs. At all costs. Listen, we know Crosby is a very talented defensive end. Okay? He comes and he plays every single down. We know that. That's who he is. We understand that. We okay with it. And guess what? We're going to hit him in the mouth every chance and opportunity that we get. Juwan Taylor, time to step up. This right here is your battle, baby. It's your battle. Running back, so we come up here, go get you some ribs. You see all this area right here? Go get all of that right there off Crosby. We said we the best in the business, getting ribs, right? Cooking them up on the barbecue. And that's what we're going to do with Crosby, too. So we got to make sure we protect PM15 at all costs. We're going to try to bring some other guys. Hey, He's the limit. That's the guy that we got to stop. Him. Number three, I said this all week last week. Said it all week last week. What we had to do. I said, we got a guy in the backfield. It looks like he's 22 years old again. Okay? He's actually running around, man, like when he got baby legs. Okay? Fresh. And I said what we had to do is we got to ride the back of Kareem Hunt all game. That's what I want to see. I want to see, as much as I want to see D-Hop catch balls, Nicole Hardman get in there for a touchdown, Xavier Worthy catch some dubs, deep balls, air it out, Travis catch 10 balls. I want to see Kareem Hunt go out there and absolutely explode for about 150. 150. 150. That's how we call it, 150. That's what we want to see. The 2 tubs, at least that. That's what I want to see this week against that Raider defense. Number four. Be physical all game. Be physical all game. Look, we know it's going to be chippy. There's going to be some extra throws, punches, things thrown in like that. Okay, it's going to be some nasty things here and there, right? Late hits. We understand it's going to happen. We know that's going to happen. We understand that. And we fine with it. But we're going to be physical. I heard Antonio Pierce telling me we're going to play Raider ball. Okay, bring it. Guess what? We're going to play Chiefs ball. That's what we're going to do. And what that means, it means destroying you, hitting you in your mouth. So you better be ready. Okay? This right here is 2 bullies right here in the playground. Okay? And we bloodying some noses up. We don't mind taking some punches. That's going to get us ready. But we ready to come out there and bloody some noses up. So we're going right there, number 4. Number five, no turnovers. 0 turnovers. Okay? No fumbles. Hey, no interceptions. We don't want to see it this week. Okay? That's done. Championship teams, these are the things that we got to do to be a championship, 3-peat and all these things. We got to eliminate the turnovers. Way too many. Okay? Pat, running backs, as far as steal, fumbling, that's dope. That's over with. Let's start this week. Make sure it's perfect. And we got to be perfect in the red zone. We was 4 for 5 last week. 4 for 5. I said, look, I like Buckner. We know he's the most talented kicker in the league. But I like when Buckner comes in, kicks extra points. That's what I see him do. Let's be perfect in the red zone. That's what we need to do this week when we talking about going out there. Okay? This is the time, 100%, when we get down there, go score. I don't care anything else. We got to understand right now, this is a team that's trying to find out. They're in disarray. They don't even know who they are. They want to say they're the Raiders, right? They keep talking all that tough talk. But guess what? Hey, we've been yet to see it. That's why Devontae Adams jumped on the plane in the middle of the night as fast as he could just to go see his old quarterback. That's been throwing everybody else under the bus. But that's another story, okay? Let's go talk about the keys to victory on defense. Let's talk about the keys to victory on defense. Listen, hey. I really don't want to talk y'all to death. Not today, okay? We know what it is. We don't want to do it today. So we're going to get into these quick ones on defense. But guess what, man? Hey, we understand. Been a lot of talk and conversation. Been a whole lot of that during the off season, right? Been a whole lot of that. And so we know when we get out there what needs to happen. Okay? What needs to happen. So, for our defensive call, right? Defensively, what do we need to do? Number 1. Number 1, knock that mustache off his face. Hey, man. Knock the mustache off his face. My boy Stu came in the other night. What's wrong with mustaches? Nothing at all. They're going to have Gardner Minshew out there, okay, Mr. Stash, all right? Got no problem with mustaches. But that one right there, we're going to clean that up. We're going to clean that up. See, they brought another guy in, got him off the street. He was sitting over there trying to figure out what they want to do with everything. We bring it to him, mustache, he ain't really got nobody to throw to. He ain't got nobody to throw to. We come in and Spags, bring the noise. Bring the noise. All night, all day. That's what it has to do. Knock that mustache off his face. Okay? It's a good one right there. Talking about being physical. Well, guess what? What we have to do, be physical. Bring the pain and dominate up front. Bring the pain and dominate up front. That's what it's going to take. Listen, our D-line has been playing incredible football. They have been the entire season. Okay, and I implore them for what they've been doing. They've been doing a tremendous job of doing it. Okay, this week, much better week. They was running the whole lot of the zone against us last week. Hey, man, guess what? Now let's talk about bringing the pain and dominate. Look, this is a brawl. This is a street fight. This is exactly what this is. When we get out there, we ain't shaking hands. Oh, maybe at the very beginning, but after that, I mean, it's a slugfest. It is an absolute slugfest. We got to make sure we dominate right there up front. Those guys, front four. Then we look the guys back behind that. At front seven, we got to bring the pain. That's what we got to do. Running backs, they got some really talented guys. Running back by committee, hey, let's get a couple turnovers, all right? Make them cough it up. That's what we're looking at. And we talked about bringing the pain all the time, all right? Starts with number one, knock the mustache off. Number three, I'm going to say this right here, okay? We must take away the football. Must take away the football. Last week it looked great. We had a couple young guys, man, get some interceptions. That looked beautiful. That's one thing the Chiefs have been missing this past year, right? Is the takeaways. Connors was early in the year, was taking some away. Hicks got one, man. We looking for guys to get turnovers, okay? Gardner Minshew, we take that mustache off, he going to start giving the ball up. Hit the running backs, playing dominant, okay? Hey, hit them dead in their mouth, take their chin strap off, they're going to get the ball up. We got to get turnovers this game, okay? We want to take away from some of the things that they do, offensively, because they think that, we're going to try to go ahead and manage. No, it ain't going to happen that way. Not this week. Take away the football. Number four. This is what I'm looking for, number four. I'm looking to get a shutout. I'm looking to get a shutout this week. As mangled as this offense is, we have a chance and opportunity to get a shutout. We understand, look, Devontae Adams goes up here to the Jets, got a couple guys hurt. They said Myers might come. Hey, look, care about any of it. They lost a tight end. They don't know if he's going to play or not. Brock Bowers is a very talented guy, okay? They got some guys. But I'm looking right now, we don't want those guys get past their 50. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. Field position from our special teams and whatnot will help out. I think we have a chance and opportunity to get a shutout this week. I really do. I'm pushing for it. I know Spags is talking about it. It's a very high emotional game. We know that. It's a high emotional game. We're looking for a shutout to get that victory. Okay? Number five. This right here, if you don't know anything about it, this is very important. Can you see that? We got to shut that crowd up. got to shut that crowd up. Part of what the Raiders do, part of what their energy is, part of what some of their superpowers where they get from is that crowd. Okay? It's the Raiders following is what they have. Okay? And guess what? They propelled by a lot of it. They are. They propelled by a lot of it. And the thing is, if we go ahead and get into their tail early, okay, it's going to shut the crowd down. And what I want to hear, because I've heard it before, I want to hear the boos every time they come out on the field. They make a bad play, boo. Look, the crowd's going to let them know. So we got to shut that crowd up. We want them cheering for the Chiefs. Hey, I say this. The crowd and the people out there, rough shot, little rugged, but they're good fans. I don't mind them. They play a part, we play a part. But one thing I do know, they are serious about their Raiders. They are. The black hole and all of that, they ain't quite Oakland and all, but they still got it. They still got it. We're going to make sure we shut all that down. We're going to make sure we shut all that down. So those are the 5 keys to victory on defense, what we had to do this week. Now, I'm going to end it here with this, okay? Say one thing. We appreciate the Raiders for allowing us to use your locker room. We went out there for Super Bowl to bring home a victory, especially for the AFC, for us representing the division. We thank you for all of that, okay? So I wanted to actually have a little bit of dignity before I left out of here. Didn't want to say anything disparagingly against you guys, but I just wanted to thank you. Andy called and thank you guys too. So I want to do the same. I want to extend an olive branch to say thank you so much for all the things that you've done for us out there in Las Vegas. So, hey, man, let's turn it over. Let's have a good game this weekend. And, hey, we'll keep the sportsmanship where it's supposed to be, okay? That's what I say. So we'll see you. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, this was now I'm starting to get my memory back. So this is what the team that's doing all that talking, right? This was the team during the preseason that had a little puppet out and Kermit the Frog trying to make fun of PM15, huh? This is who they were. This is the squad that was still talking about, they Super Bowl last year beating us in our place, okay, and had the victory. This was the team that when they beat us in Arrowhead, driving around on the buses and stuff, huh? What, y'all think we forgot about that? Y'all think we're not going to make y'all pay for it? You think PM15 ain't going to make you pay for that? Y'all try to play us to the left like we some suckers? Huh? Is that what it is? I tell you what, when we come out there, man, and we sitting over and we're going to take chin straps, we're going to take teeth, and we're going to have us a garage sale. You don't know what a garage sale is? That means we're going to have socks, jock straps, helmets, and everything. We're going to put them on the side of the road. That's what's going to happen. We're going to give everybody a chance to come get that. All pieces of Raiders that you have left, we're going to make sure it's on the sidewalk. You can buy it and purchase it. A garage sale. That's what we're going to do. Like Pat said, hey, you woke up the wrong. That's what you did. You woke up the wrong one. You woke up the wrong one. And he ain't forgot about it. Neither have I. So when it comes on Sunday, you best believe we come to get blood. We come in there to get payback. We come in there to plant our flag, a Kansas City flag, that we fly high in the sky, that we have a whole lot of respect for. And y'all have respect for it too. But you best believe, when Sunday comes out, when that kickoff is done, it is all war. And it's one thing that we keep on the menu all the time, and that's pain. That's pain. See y'all on Sunday.
All right, and that was JD in the dungeon. That was pretty intense there. I wasn't expecting that turn. I thought he was done for a second, and then he came out with that. that juicy little nugget there. Another 10 keys to victory from our guy JD. Another success, I would say. Raiders fans, Raiders better be weary of what the Chiefs are going to do this weekend. Because I got to tell you, I was trying to make my bets this week, and yes, the numbers this year don't point to an offensive explosion. I believe we're the only team to not throw a passing touchdown in the month of October. Kansas City Chiefs are the only team to not throw a touchdown pass in the month of October. So when I'm looking at these numbers, I'm like, well, Pat has to have a big game this Sunday. He's got to, he doesn't think things are going to phase him. Things don't usually phase him. Like, at least when they told him about the whole puppet thing back in training camp, he said, well, it'll get dealt with when it gets dealt with. And, didn't seem like it phased him. But we all know Pat. He went to play Baltimore, counted with his fingers what number he was on then after throwing for his third or fourth touchdown in that game. That's what Pat does. And I think Sunday, even though the numbers aren't there this year, I think the numbers will be there on Sunday against the Raiders. And I don't know what DeAndre Hopkins' usage is going to be. I don't think Vegas knows what his usage is going to be. But based on what we heard this week, DeAndre Hopkins said he'll play wherever. And Andy Reid said they're going to try to get him in the role that where Rashee and Juju were and try to get him the ball as much as possible. So, Hopkins could have a big role in this game. And when they get down there, they're probably going to try to force the issue of getting Patrick some big numbers this weekend. Looking at the numbers going back the four times we played the Raiders in Allegiant Stadium, each one of those games was 30-plus points for our Chiefs. So, I'm going to think that there's going to be kind of a come-out party for our guy, Patrick Mahomes, to, again, plant his flag, so to speak, in Allegiant Stadium for the sixth time, because you got 4 wins against the Raiders. You got the win against the Niners in the Super Bowl at Allegiant Stadium. And then this Sunday, this will be number 6 in total for Pat at Allegiant Stadium. So, I got to say, JD's only making me feel even better about my bets this weekend after hearing what JD had to say about that. JD has been in that locker room. JD was not in that locker room this year. But he knows that those guys, everyone in the back of their mind has that Kermit the Frog thing in their head, the puppet in their head. And that'll be something that they'll make sure gets dealt with in the way it's supposed to get dealt with. I'm really that was good stuff by JD. I love it. Every week he somehow manages to outdo the previous week. He's the best. Artage's back. I don't know if JD is ready yet to be back, but all right, no, JD is ready. Okay. There is JD. Another amazing performance, brother. Another good keys to victory for the week. I thought you were done for a second. You had me tricked for a second. I thought you were ready to walk off stage with that really nice gratitude for the Raiders for having the Chiefs let them use the locker room during the Super Bowl. I thought that was it.
Hey man, listen. Hey, we had to give them some flowers to letting us use their locker room for that. Okay, so it was perfect. I like to give those guys credit where credit's due. I had no problem doing that, but couldn't let that go. Can't let that go. And I had to bring myself down a little bit. I know I start getting into yelling and stuff like that, but Marcus, this is what it means to me. When I've been doing this, when I'm telling you, playing these jokers for 8 years of my career, being out there in the division, I know what it feels like. I know what the guys talk about on the field. I know how it feels in the locker room when we talking about this week right here. Okay. And it means something to us. And I said, sometimes, even if you're not having a good season, hey, for the Raiders or the Chiefs, you're not having a good season, the ones you want to beat is them jokers that's on the other side. And that's the Raiders and that's the Chiefs. Okay. So here in Kentucky, we had the Hatfields and McCoys. Okay. That's a long-time rival. It's almost the same thing. That's what we see right there. So for me, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. And that's exactly how you go to. And I loved it. I you know how many times I watched the film of, Crosby and Patrick Mahomes come, helmet to helmet with each other. And I loved it. It just right there just roused something up inside of me. And I'm like, that's it. There it is. There it is. That's the war that you're looking for. Okay, for us, sometimes as football players, we look for that battle. We look for a formidable foe. Okay, and we know every single game we play against them, it's going to be formidable. We fine with that, but we looking there, man, to take their chin off. Believe it. So other than that, let me calm down. How y'all doing?
Other than that.
I'm doing great, brother. Like you said, a lot of the things you mentioned offensively and defensively, my bets actually try to match that. I will say, like Brennan pointed out, that your prediction for Kareem Hunt, 150 yards, 2 tuds this weekend, you'd make a lot of money betting on that, JD, because the odds of that happening are not high at all. You make a lot of money if you put some 10 smackaroos on that.
On what now? Which one?
Well, if you put 150, if you put money on Kareem Hunt having over 150 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns, you make a good chunk of coin.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Man, I might have to put a little penny down for that then to see.
There you go.
See if it comes back, man. Y'all got some bets kind of following somewhere in that trend or somewhere. I know y'all guys y'all do a great job studying to see what the lines are and what things can be. I'm actually excited to see what everybody is. Okay, here we go. All right, Tage, I know you always got something good for us. Okay, now I'm wondering who's going to be the most conservative this week dealing with the Raiders. Okay, I just want to see what y'all gonna pull up. Okay, so
JD, just before we move on here, you had Kareem Hunt. So the most you can do for Kareem Hunt's 120 plus yards rushing. So okay. So if you just did a parlay with just Kareem Hunt 120 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns, that if you put $10 on that, that'd be $170. If you put 25 on just that alone, that's $425.
Hold on. Say it again, because I might have to make this bet.
So if you put $25 on Kareem Hunt 120 plus yards rushing and Kareem Hunt 2 plus touchdowns, that would be 25 to win 425. Just those two.
Okay. Shoot. All right. I'm gonna look and see if me and Sweetie could put our pennies together, man, and bring some of this little ducats home, man. This is the week for it. If I'm sitting there, I'm watching Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt knows what this thing means. Okay, he understands that. It's time for him to kind of get a breakout game to get him somewhere about 120 yards. That is not impossible by no means, by no stretch. To see something like that with 2 tubs, I could definitely see it. I agree. They've pretty much let every running back's had a pretty good game against them besides one. So yeah, they've been pretty leaky when it comes to stopping the run. So let's look at last week. So we made mention of it on the show this past week of what the numbers look like for this past week. I cashed this week on 5 for 5. Tage was very close. If Brandon Ayuk doesn't get hurt, Tasia probably cashes and we go 2 of 2, or 10 of 10 on the show as far as everyone bringing home the dough ray me. But I was conservative last week and it paid off. 25 to win 225. And Tasia missed 1 by the Brandon Ayuk getting hurt so early in that game. But yeah, I think I found a trend. We'll find out if the trend works. But I'm going to try to attack the same kind of way I did it last week with the over-unders on the points and see if I can really hone in on that, JD. I think that's going to be my you guys will see in my bets. I'm trying to kind of go towards a trend. We'll see if it works, but that's where I'm going off last week. Tasia, anything you liked about your bet last week that you may continue with in your bets this week?
Yeah, I think I have 4 similar ones actually to last week. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, tight end, Hunt, Mahomes, and the under. Going back to the well. The ones that hit, pretty much.
You got to find the 5th one.
Well, Tage, I mean, I'm looking at your bets right there, man. If Ayuk didn't get hurt, he definitely had 4+ reception. No question about it.
Yeah, he definitely. Yeah. I think did he have 2 already?
Yeah. He did. Yeah. So it's circumstantial, man. It's just unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I took this and I also split them up. So I still hit. I mean, we never say you have to take all 5 of these. These are just options, right? So someone could see one they love, put $500 on it. You know what I mean? Like, so really, as long as you are hitting the majority of these, like, you don't have to, I feel good about it, right? Even 3 of 5, I feel good about it because that's 3 possible chances that someone could have, taken to take one of those bets and make money off of it.
Mike Brennan said, y'all made me good money. Played both parlays and then also played each bet solo.
Hell yeah. So
Okay.
9 of 10. 9 of 10 right there ones with the solo ones. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. So you could just split them up like that. But with the parlays, that you have better chance and odds of getting more money back on the parlays in itself, right? Is that how it works?
Yeah. Yeah, because each one just adds to, whereas you just go one alone, you're only getting it's just for that bet where it adds all the odds up when you do it 5. I mean, you could do a parlay where you take all my bets and all Tage's bets and put them together. Obviously the ones that aren't that don't overlap. So like last week I did the same bet, the 25 for 225, but instead I did Chiefs over 27.5 points. That was the initial bet I made, and I had I was like, I don't know if I like that. We haven't done it all season. I was like, I'm not going to do that. So the one I put on the show was the 25.5 one because I felt safer about that. And then the one I did with the 27.5, I also hit that as well. So I was able to win this bet twice by having.
But
It's a cliffhanger. He's really keeping us on the edge of our seat.
I'm like,
yeah. Well, I took the 5, and then I added another one. I forgot what it was, and then I took 2 3-teamer ones. That's what I did. That's what I usually do.
okay.
There's usually a 6th I like that I didn't put into this. I usually add it to one of them and do 2 3 legs, and then do the 1 to 5.
Okay. Mike Brennan said Vegas makes the majority of their money off parlay wagers. Okay.
They do. Yeah. Off particularly single game prop parlays. Yeah.
Yeah. I got you.
That's why I read that Vegas loves when people put I won 25 grand off a $2 parlay of this 10 leg. They love when people post that garbage because it's one in 5 million that they hit it, but people see that and they're like, well, this schmuck can do it. I can do it. Right. So
like lottery almost in a sense. But lottery obviously, better odds, I'm sure.
Yeah. Smaller scale lottery with better odds and a thing you like doing because I don't think anyone likes actually tuning in and watching ping pong balls being picked. So it's a thing you like mixed with a little the lottery ball system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, all my parlays I tried last year betting, I don't think I hit on any. It just some of the parlays didn't come in like I thought. It's kind of weird to me, and I was just like, shoot, I don't like this as much. I'd rather just do the single one, just a single bet. It's, easier, I think. Shoot.
Yeah.
But that I do like the one with the Kareem Hunt, the 122 tubs. Shoot, $25 for 425. Shoot. So we already got a checked in with the missus. She was on here. She said, "Yep." So we're gonna scrounge 25 together, babe. Babe, we doing this.
There you go.
Hey, I have Kareem Hunt in every fantasy league, so if that happens, I'll be very happy with that. That's a league winner right there. All right, so Tasia, you ready to go ahead with yours, man?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, let's start off with Mahomes 5 carries. So quarterbacks averaging almost 6 carries a game against the Raiders, 4, 5, 2, 8, 8, 11, and 2. The only numbers less than 4 on that list were Stafford and Dalton, and we all know those guys just don't really run a lot at this point. Mahomes at least 4 carries in his last 5 weeks and had 10 and 5 carries against the Raiders last year. You can go more conservative with 4, make you feel a little better about it. The money would go down. I'm torn between them. I might do what I did earlier and say take 1 in this one and 1 in another parlay, but I'm going with 5 in this one just because the stats really support that. Madison under 40.5 yards. So since taking over the starter 3 weeks ago, he's averaging 3.2 a carry. 2 of those games, he averaged 2.4 and 2.5. We're giving up about 3 yards a carry to some of the best running backs in the league. So if you do a formula of those two things combined, I think we should hold him to around 2.5 a carry, probably at most, considering how well we've done. If we can hold Henry to like that around that amount, I think we can hold Madison to 2.2-ish. I think he gets about 15 carries in this game, which puts him at about 37.5. So 2.5 a carry, 15 carries, 37.5. He go under by about 3 yards. Bowers, 59 plus yards. So he's averaging 12 targets a game, 9 catches a game, and 87 yards a game in his last 3. We do have our trouble with tight ends. Another week of that happening with Kittle. This seems like a pretty easy one. They haven't listed his receptions, but I might take that instead if it's around the 6 range. But for now, we'll just go with 59 yards because that seems pretty safe. Under 41.5 total points. So I see it as a 24-14, 24-16 type game. Raiders are averaging 15 over their last 3. We're averaging 23.5 over our last 3. So that seems about right. So before I even saw those numbers, I thought what the final score would be in my head, and I combined that. Once I saw the average of the last 3 games over both those teams, it solidified it for me. Hunt, 16 plus carries. So he's averaged 21 since coming to the Chiefs. No reason to believe he'd have less than that here, right? I said last week, the only way I could see him getting less than some of these numbers are if we get blown out. Well, I mean, it's a 41.5 point over, and we're 9.5 point favorites. So I don't see us getting blown out here. If anything, the game is closer than we want it to be, but I don't think we get blown out. So it's a low-scoring game that they're predicting where we're a spread of 9.5, which just screams Hunt, right? So 25 to win for Hundy.
Okay. All right.
What you got?
So Mahomes 5 plus carries. Tage, what'd you say what has been his carry total the last few games? Because we talked about this last week that he's been carrying about 5 anyway, hasn't he? Most every game, somewhere around that. If you average out, somewhere about 4.5, 5.
I think he's done it every week, but week 1, if I'm not mistaken, at least 4. Yeah. Wait, he's got at least 4 carries in the last 5 weeks.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I could.
And if you look and one of the other, I didn't mention this earlier, one of the other reasons I like this bet so much is if you think we're going to win the game, he's gotten at least 1 or 2 kneel down carries in like 3 of our games this year. So even if he doesn't actually do real runs, kneel downs count as carries.
Okay.
So like he got one. I think he got one last week, and then that week before where he had a lot of rushing yards, that one where he twisted his knee, or a few weeks ago. I think he got like 2 or 3 on that drive. So like, if you think we're going to win and have the ball near the end of either the half or the game, that's 1 or 2, 3 kneel downs.
Yeah. So Mike Brennan was saying that if you get 3 kneel downs at the end of the game, that's 3 carries.
3 carries.
Okay. Never thought about that. Particularly, I know sometimes and actually now thinking about it, that's why some of them didn't want to take a step back. They didn't want negative. They would always like kneel down right there or just move up a little bit. So not to be a negative column. I get it. So I think Mahomes would probably 5 plus carries. I'd like just that point alone. For having to kneel down, it makes a lot of sense. I think he'll do that. Madison under 40.5 rushing yards. Look, we've done extremely well against running backs. You have a very good point. With some of the best that we've seen in the business, we shut those guys down, and it's really gonna, like I said up here, is one of the points is we got to dominate up front. We have to against that O-line, and so if we do that, we'll do a great job keeping them under 40.5. I had a kind of question on it because he had 23 carries last week for 92 yards. They gave the ball to him. They let him run. Let him run. So we'll have to see. That's my only question mark I have right now. Bowers, 59 point plus receiving yards. I think he'll have that. Like you said, we've had some issues with tight ends. And so for them, that's going to be their matchup. Okay. And so outside, who they looking to throw to, Trey Tucker and those guys, and I don't think it's really going to be Bowers going to be your guy. Okay. They're going to try to find him every chance they get for the matchup. Yeah. So I definitely see that. It seems like that's a pretty easy bet as a win. Total points under 41.5. Now, I have for my total points, they're going to be right at 41.
Okay.
So 41.5, that gels right with me. So right there is a good bet. So I like that one. Hunt, 16 plus carries. I do believe we'll see 16 plus carries from Hunt. And so hopefully he gets more to get that 120 and 2 tubs, to bring home about $400 on this. But this bet right here, $25 to win $400, man, it looks like a pretty good bet. All right. I like it. Good deal.
Yeah, the Madison one scared me at first. It's a very low over-under, especially for a guy who got 23 for 92. But that makes me like it even more. Like, Vegas doesn't do you favors. So if we are up 9, and the spread's 9.5, I mean, it sounds like we'll have a pretty good control over that game. If that's a 2-possession game going into the fourth quarter, they're going to start passing the ball.
Passing the ball, right.
They're going to have to, right? If we're up by, let's say, 2 touchdowns going into the fourth quarter, going into the third quarter, they're going to start bailing at some point. They're not just going to commit to the run. And if he's struggling again, who knows if they start giving – because 2 of those weeks that he had 14 to 15 carries, I'm not sure how healthy Zamir White was. Not that Zamir White's looked that much better because he's looked terrible this year, but with another healthy back, he wasn't in that game and he wasn't in that game. So if he's having one of those games where he's running 15 carries for like 30 yards, who's to say they won't just give Zamir White a run? Just be like,
right.
you know what, give it a try. Because how did Zamir do against us last year?
He ate us up.
Yeah, so Pierce is the kind of guy that knows that and is like, you know what? If Madison's running 8 for 22 at that point, he might just be like, you know what? I know what Zamir did against him last year. Put him in there. Maybe he just eats them alive again. Mm-hmm. Why not? Right? So I don't think they're married to Madison by any means. And if he has one of those clunker games, I think they'll bail on it earlier with Zamir being healthy now.
Yeah. So, but that was the only one I had just a question on. But I like the reasoning on it. I just saying if he's able to break out, and I think we'll do a great job up front. That's really, I think, and I'm looking for Chris to have a much better game than he had last week. Much better game. They didn't really run at zone as effectively like San Fran. That's what San Fran does because we know that's the coaching tree. The Shanahan, that's their baby. So. Something downhill, Bolton, he will stop it up. Chanel, Tranquil, they will stop all those holes up. So, it's a good bet.
Yeah, Zamir, 22 carries for 145 yards on Christmas last year. Because remember, O'Connell he didn't complete a pass after the first quarter, remember? So, It was literally all Zamir White.
How much? How many?
22 for 145 last year. That's what Zamir White's stats were. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the game that got Antonio Pierce hired, and that was the game that they said, Josh Jacobs, we're not bringing you back. We're gonna run it back with Zamir White and pick up another running back.
2 decisions I love as a Chief fan.
All right, so Tasia and I didn't really overlap on our bets this week. So my first bet, Kareem Hunt, 60-plus yards rushing. He's 3 for 3 in every game he's played for us so far, getting 60 yards plus. Opposing running backs have hit that number 6 out of 7 times against the Raiders this year. So out of 7 games, each starting running back has hit that number 6 every time, besides one. And the one that didn't was Jerome Ford, who had 58 yards rushing. So even that one was 2 yards away from this 60 number. So 6 of 7 feature backs have hit 60-plus rushing yards against the Raiders. Chiefs over 30.5 points. Obviously, last week, 28 was the highest number we scored all year so far. But just looking at history, it's Allegiant Stadium, which I referenced earlier. Every Mahomes game at Las Vegas, at Allegiant Stadium, has gone over 30 points.
Really?
So 35, 41, 31, 31. So every game has gone above 30.5 points in the Mahomes era at Allegiant Stadiums. There's just something about that stadium that Mahomes just has a number on that one. The Raiders have allowed that number 3 times this year. So 3 of their 7 games have gone over 30.5 points, or allowing the opposing team to score 30.5 points. So I think with history, with the Kermit the Frog stuff, and this whole, and the Raiders already allowing a lot of half the teams they play do this anyway. I just think there's a lot of that going into this. So the next one, Raiders under 20.5 points. So Raiders have done under 20.5 points this year 6 times. So 6 out of their 7 games, they've gone beneath 20.5 points. Chiefs have held 5 of the 6 teams they've played under 20.5 points. So collectively, between the Raiders not doing this, they've only gone over this number once this year, and then the Chiefs have only let a team go over that number once this year. I think this is going to be a beautiful one, under 20.5 points. Next one, total points under 47.5. Chiefs 5 or 6 games have gone under 47.5. And then the Raiders, 5 of their 7 games have gone under 47.5. So another one that if you look at the trends, that's pointing in that direction of going under 47.5. I personally think this game is going to be a 31-10 kind of game, 31-14 even. I just think that's what's good. That's going to be the thing. I think under 47.5 is going to be the way. So the only one
41-10, 41 still hits.
Yeah, exactly. We could both win, you know.
And they definitely will be bailing on Madison quick in that game.
Yeah, if it gets out of hand. Last leg. This is the one. There's really no numbers to back this up, but if you listen to Patrick Mahomes, if you listen to just the way we're speaking, right, and kind of locked in, and the way we talked about that Raiders game last year, how it woke us up. Patrick's talking about it'll get dealt with when it gets dealt with. Well, this is your chance to go into their stadium and deal with it and show the world who our new toy is, who DeAndre Hopkins is all about. Feed him the ball. I think Patrick Mahomes can come in here and do 2 passing touchdowns. There's another stat that may sway you away from taking this part of the bet. The Chiefs are the only team to not throw a touchdown pass in the month of October. 31 teams have done it. The Chiefs are the only team to not throw a touchdown pass in the month of October so far. And also, too, another stat, if you look at the trend of Mahomes playing at Allegiant Stadium, in 3 of the 4 games that Patrick Mahomes has played the Raiders at Allegiant Stadium, Patrick Mahomes has thrown 2 or more touchdowns in 3 of those 4 games against the Raiders at Allegiant Stadium. So going back to that trend as well. I think Mahomes will deal with the things that he wanted to deal with when he said he was going to, and this is the spot to do that. And that's $25 to win 350 smackaroos.
Okay. So you said Mahomes have done it 2 out of 4 times?
3 out of 4 times. 3 of the 4 times he's played the Raiders at Vegas, he's thrown for 2 or more touchdowns.
Okay. So I tell you what, man, I do like the Hunt 60+ rushing yards. Yeah, both y'all best with the Hunt. I think it's going to hit. I think those are pretty easy bets that he'll cover. We just going to feed him football, man, let him run. And so he hasn't had a rival like this since he's been back here with the Chiefs. You know, he ain't getting it up there at Cleveland. I mean, shoot, you sitting over there, man, it's just, you know, you just trying to live. Chiefs over 30.5 points. I have us at 31, Marcus. You gel right there with mine. I do like that one. Looks really good. Raiders under 20.5 points. I do believe that we hold them under 20.5. Hey, shoot, there's no doubt about it. Like I said, right now they're trying to find, you know, who they got, who's going to throw the football, who's going to catch it. If they start relying on the back of Madison, I think that's what's going to be their demise. So I do like that one. Total points, 47.5. I do like that one. My 31-10 is 41.5. So that one's an easy bet. I think that hits. Mahomes, 2+ passing touchdowns. That's one I had a little question on. Just a little question. I think for the simple fact, if we get down, what we've seen now in the red zone is we hand the ball off to Kareem Hunt. And I think that's going to be kind of our play from this point on. Now, here's the thing, though. They've seen that. I think they understand that maybe that's our identity now in the red zone from the 10 on in, hand the ball to Kareem Hunt, 5 on in, and then we can do the play action. do the play action. I'd say do play action very first play, and then try to run the football with Kareem Hunt the last two. So, so I like that. A little iffy for me. That's a little question. So yeah, all of them look pretty good bets. And so looking at the two bets between y'all two, like I said, I like Taja's 5+ carries, Madison under 40.5, Bowers 59+ yards, total under 41.5, 160+ carries, $25 for 400. And then when I go to yours, Marcus, Hunt 60+ yards. I like that. Chiefs over 30.5 yards. It's a pretty decent one. Raiders under 20.5. I do like that. Total points under 47.5. Mahomes 2+ passing yards. If going on this bet this week, I had to say, after kind of looking at this, with less questions about what bet is what, feeling better about, I think I'm going to take Taja's this week. Take Taja's.
I'm going away from the hot hand, huh?
Yeah, hey man, look, hot hand, and what I did was I wrote over here on the side the bets I would take from his and yours and put together, and try to make it a bet myself. So let me tell you which ones I thought if I did a 5.
Let's hear it.
I like the Bowers 59 receiving yards. I like the Hunt 16+ carries. I like the Hunt 60+ yards. Raiders under 20.5, and the total points under 47.5. I like those. For those 5, I don't know what it would be, but I do like all those bets. I think those look pretty safe. So I don't know what that would play out though. But I think all y'all have great bets, man. I know. So the Chiefs, I wanted to be 31. Chiefs over 30.5. I think we're right now, the Raiders really don't have anything to lose. Their back's against the wall. They're going to scratch. They're going to do everything possible to try to play at the highest level, okay, and try to get the crowd behind them as much as possible to try to do what they can, okay? And so with a game like this, if they lose this, who's to say they're not thinking about putting Antonio Pierce on the hot seat? I mean, you start thinking about, against your rival this early, what it could be. I just, hopefully that's not it. I think Antonio Pierce is a very, very good coach. But the things that's been happening in the last couple of weeks, Devontae Adams coming out, they talking about Crosby might be traded and all different type of things. And, now you don't know who the quarterback. You got Desmond Ridder coming in. And, man, that's hard. It's hard to deal with. So, but –
JD, so the 5 you picked were Mahomes 5 carries?
No, Bowers 59 receiving yards,
okay.
Hunt 60+ carries, Hunt 60+ yards rushing, Raiders under 20.5, and total points under 47.5.
Okay. Just put that together for you. Wow, so Kareem Hunt, you can't get 16 carries anymore.
No?
It's 17 and a half. It's gone up 2 today. It's gone from 16 to over 17 and a half. Would you still take that? Would you still take that, JD? Over 17 and a half carries?
Yeah, it's just another 2 carries onto that. And I think you're going to give him at least 6 in the red zone, at least 6 or 7. Yeah. I would. I wouldn't even think about it. I start every series off. Kareem Hunt has to touch the football every single series, every single one. So
I still get 16.
Oh, yeah. So JD, that would be the 5 that you chose would be 25 to win 162.
Oh shoot! 162. Ain't a whole lot of money right there.
Nah, 25 was that's pretty good. Was that about 5 times your money right there?
Yeah. I like seeing that $400, and then you say, I want to see those jokers.
My number's higher than yours, Marcus.
Second week in a row, yeah. I like going a little bit more conservative. Like I won that last year, so let's continue. Let's ride it out a little bit. But then the Mahomes 2+ touchdowns. That's more of a gut bet, and that's why it's the 5th one on there. It was the last one.
I think we know that.
Well, It's a trend, but if you look at just his numbers against the Vegas at Vegas, though.
Yeah, sure. Let's talk about
75% of the time.
So about 2024, though, it's you'd be more likely to get 2 interceptions in a game for the trend this year. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's also a trend that he's done too. What's the last time he played or that Christmas game? How many picks did he throw in that game?
In the Christmas game, he had 1.
Oh, just 1?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad. I mean, what's his odds of throwing an interception? I just can't bring myself. I mean, look
at this guy.
The trend's there. I just can't bring myself to root for Patrick throwing an interception in a game. But like, if you were a real degenerate gambler and you didn't give a crap about like the heart aspect of it, honestly, at this point, you'd be smart to take a Patrick interception once every week.
It's plus 105 for over 1 interception.
See, that makes me think he's not going to do it because people are gambling on that now.
Yeah,
it's like putting money on the pass line.
Something he's done every game this year, or no?
Yeah.
He's throwing an interception every game?
Yeah, yes, every game.
So if you're just on trends and they're giving you plus money for it, you're like, okay, why not? Just do it till he breaks it. So that makes me think he's not going to throw an interception this week, which is great. So I might actually take no interceptions this week.
So you'd actually rather have him do no interceptions than take 2 passing touchdowns?
It's really close.
All it takes is 1. All it takes is 1, and that bet's done.
I would. Shoot. I'd take that bet. I think if anything, I think a lot of his focus, him working on his game, he got better last week, obviously. And so the tip ball, probably it was just one of those things. And then the throw to Worthy, come on, the guy falls down. If he's up, then it's probably incomplete pass or a reception. I don't, so I think Patrick is mindful of some of the throws he's making and what he's trying to do. I don't think he continues on his streak of throwing all these interceptions like he's been doing. I just don't.
Yeah.
The Mahomes parlay of 2 touchdowns and no interceptions is plus 208.
Just those 2?
Just those 2.
Not bad.
So that's not a bad one to take.
I was gonna go yards, but I feel like he will get 2 touchdowns before he'll have over 225 or 250 yards. Raiders team is actually pretty good against the pass this year.
Another one I like too is they haven't listed it yet, but if they list Hopkins 2 catches, I'll take that.
Yeah, they only have yards right for him right now.
They'll list it eventually. They'll probably go 2.5 is my guess. But I think we're going to just force him with easy routes just to get him going, just to make him feel part of the team. I can see us just.
What do you think, JD? Think it'll be a lot of quick screens for him just to get him touches?
Who, D-Hop?
Yeah.
No. Maybe 1 or 2. You got 2 guys that could do that. And I thought about this early on in the week. I mean, shoot, do it with Xavier Worthy and do it with, with McCole. I think D-Hop, if his legs and stuff hurting him, get him out more, push him down the field a little bit. 5 to 10 yards is where he should be living. And that's why I should be looking to throw the ball to him. Let those young legs catch on, get up the field. I think that's where, when you get the hands of the playmakers in space, Go Hardman, Xavier Worthy, they are fit for that. So I don't want D-Hop. Hey, you don't have to do something. No. Slants, perfect. Curls, hooks, beautiful. Sure, we'll throw a couple of back shoulder throws to you as well.
Yeah. I worry a little bit about him not knowing the playbook, but so they're going to have to find like simplified routes for him. I do think if we get in the red zone, I think he has at least 3 red zone targets.
That'd be
they
nice.
definitely want him to feel good in the end zone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And he's ripe. If they just teach him like a red zone package, like we're going to call one of these 3 plays. We're going to probably call these 3 plays for you in the red zone this week. Like just learn these in the red zone. We're good. I mean, his route running, he'll just rip someone up or he gets separation on the red zone.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The Monty at the Green Bee said D-Hop should return next in zig, or how do we scheme-wise D-Hop in motion toward Trav, hike and split in different levels and combination in the middle of the field? I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's what you do. You let Trav obviously take some of the deeper routes, and you play levels. That's what you do. Play levels against linebackers this week. And maybe Trav catch something short. We do a lot of short game just in 5 yards and, the slants. We talking about putting him in the position of Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice also was doing is running slant routes from the inside. That's what you do. Shallow crosses. That's where he's going to live. Get behind the linebacker, maybe 10 yards, right in that hook curl area. Same thing, about 10 yards, 8 to 10 yards. That's it. And then if you take a shot with D-Hop, back shoulder throws. I would have Pat, and what I've seen, if Will Levis could throw those balls, Patrick could throw those balls. Put it that way, okay? And you said the same thing in the red zone. Those things like that could happen. But you have him coming in short motion. I wouldn't have him, zigzag or peel motion. You don't have to have him do any of those at all. So put him in a slot, man, and just let him live, too.
I got a question for you guys, Mahomes related. So someone in my fantasy league tried trading me their quarterback because I had Mahomes, and he's like, how long are you going to keep starting and playing with QB 25? And I said, hey, I'm in the playoffs right now, and I've gotten through QB 25 weeks, so it can only get better from here, right? So his ratio is 6-8 right now. What do you think his touchdown interception ratio he ends with this season?
Oh, shoot. What is it right now?
6-8.
I would say, how many more games you got left? What game is this? 6 for us? 7?
This is our 7th, yep.
7th game. I'm thinking he's going to be somewhere around 22 and maybe 14 or 12. I that's good, Matthew, right there, 24-14. Good with Matt. I'm thinking same thing, somewhere around there, 22-14.
That was my prediction to him. He asked me, what do you think he ends with? I told the guy on the phone 24-14. That was my guess.
Yeah.
So that's rest of year. That's 18-6. So 18-6 ratio rest of year, then I am not trading for another quarterback because 18-6 rest of year is pretty good. I'll take that.
Yeah, for sure. I think for him, Patrick knows he has to protect the football. I think if it's one thing, part of his game that he's been probably focusing on is eliminating the turnovers. At least from him, because he understands, man. Like, shoot, it doesn't no good to put the ball in the hands of the other team. And so, here's a good thing with D-Hop, because D-Hop has such good hands. And Del Monte Green Bean said we're going to try to match him up with linebackers or strong safeties. D-Hop is so good at getting his grasp back and his room back. He can learn Worthy can learn a whole lot about that. And so I think back shoulder throws, just getting the comebacks is going to be key. That's what he brings to the table. And so he'll teach Xavier Worthy, like, look, man, like when you run against these corners, you got to get your real estate back. And this is how you do it. This is how you set them up. And what I love about D-Hop is he doesn't have to use his speed. He's just using his intelligence.
Yeah.
You see him just kind of come off real slow and then go, right? Come off real slow and then go. And you see that burst just to get open. So, and he's got great hands. So we know he's going to catch the football. So
He's
you don't have to
crafty.
worry about his legs getting tangled up either.
He's crafty. I also liked in the practice sessions I saw no wrap or anything on his legs or knee.
Yeah.
Well, he had pass the physical for that trade to go through. So I mean, I think
Yeah, you can pass a physical and be precautionary and practice like a wrap on your knee. I like that he's just bare bones down there.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys happen to see Hollywood Brown on his Instagram show this cleats?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, JD, it's happening, baby.
Yeah. I don't know if Neff's on here, but me and Neff was talking. I was down there visiting him today, and he was like, he ain't coming back. I said, I'm telling you, Neff, he's coming back. He's coming back. Everybody didn't believe it, and we can be hush-hush about it. We'll take it easy. If he comes back, perfect, but I think he is coming back. I do.
It's a picture of a red and yellow cleat. A lot of people were speculating that it could be his Christmas cleat if he comes back on Christmas in 2 months. But the caption on his Instagram says, "Can't wait to step on the red carpet." And it's this red and yellow cleat that he's holding in his hand. So what is that red carpet? It's a cleat. I mean, he's not going to the Oscars. I don't know what he's talking about. It's got to be one thing, right?
Right.
What's cool about his injury, too, is that it's not lower half. So his conditioning should be really good, and he should be ready just to win. The second he's like clean bill of health, he should be ready to run. Like he'll be good, right? Like that's the plus side of an upper body injury rather than a lower body one. Like there's less ramp up period, and when you're go. Like you're 100% out there. There's no snap count for your shoulder, right? That's it.
Yeah. My nephew says, I wish he does, but sorry, you don't believe he's coming back. Neff, he's coming. He'll be here, okay? Matter of fact, as soon as we hear these go ahead, Marcus.
I'll say, Chad, you just worry about Romeo Dobbs going to practice, okay? Just worry about that.
Yeah, all that crying they've been doing up there in Green Bay. So
they brought in Rob Saleh to be their consultant. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Robert Saleh, the Jets, former Jets head coach. They brought him in to be a consultant to help the defense out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. Double dipping, getting paid by the Jets and getting paid by the Packers now.
That's how you do it, baby. That's how you do it. True.
So go ahead. Sorry, JD.
No, I'm saying he got the short end of the stick, man. That deal up there with the Jets. So
yeah,
that's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Tage, what are you about to say?
We have about 6 to 9 million left to spend. What do you think?
Tage wants another receiver.
Another receiver?
Not a Browns coming back.
Yeah.
What did I say? What did I say? First off, I said bring Hopkins in and let his ass rest to get better. But if he's fine and they're totally cool with it, then yeah, get him out there and then let him run wild. But if Brown's coming back, then I'm more about the playoffs. I don't think I'm not as concerned about the regular season. But yeah, I don't think we need to add another one unless they're worried about Juju's long-term health. I'd rather probably. What about? I'm talking about the other positions, really. Cornerback, tackle. If they're worried about, Mahomes' long-term health with that tackle and tackles in front of him. But those are some of the positions that people have mentioned as possible positions we might be looking at.
Jeez. He said Lattimore. That's what Mike said. Lattimore? Dang.
That's what Nick Wright said.
Who?
Nick Wright said Lattimore. That's who he wants the Chiefs to go after.
I mean,
let me look at his cap the rest of the year. Let me look at his number.
Yeah, because that name's being thrown around a lot, and I feel like he's making a lot of money, and that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make any sense. Let's see. That's 24. Well, actually, his cap number is 14.6, but we have 6 to 9. That's about half the year. So that's about $7 million. So yeah, could do that.
What are you trading for that, though? I feel like you're going to give him a lot of assets for that.
Would you, man? His cap number is $31 million next year. They're trying to get the hell off that contract. Have you seen how much the Saints are over the cap next year? It's like it's crazy. It is. They have to do something. They can't. They're either going to waive him in the offseason or do it now. I mean, get something for him. Do it.
But we're trying to re-sign guys in our defense. We're going to bring this guy in who's going to have $31 million. We just let Snead go because we don't want to pay him $16 a year. We're going to bring in guys who make $31 a year. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Long term wise, yes, unless there's some weird thing in his cap that he can get out of it.
Hadn't Joker's been eating his back out lately?
Yeah.
Well, I thought.
Except Mike Evans, he still dominates Mike Evans. He'll always have that over Mike Evans.
So if we play the Bucks in the Super Bowl and Evans' hamstring isn't jello at that point, then yeah, we can. He'll dominate. There you go.
Yeah. I think you got to find. Look, there's a lot of talented young corners too that I think you could probably do some things with, make it a little bit more doable. If you decide to go that route, and I think. Like we was looking to see what was going on our side with the wide receivers. If it seemed like there's a need, right? I think we were talking kind of saying if some of these receivers kind of give the business to our second corner, then it may be something that you may want to do. So,
who's the Hopkins version of cornerbacks?
Lattimore. No, I'm just.
No, see, I don't even think. Yeah, no,
definitely. It's a different look. And corner's a different deal. It's a different deal totally. Because what you don't want to see is watch him with his head back trying to catch up to a wide receiver. These young legs out here. Okay.
Yeah.
Wide receiver's different. You don't have to be as fast. You just got to be a little bit more craftier.
Yeah.
But
you can't be a crafty cornerback. They'll get you eaten alive.
Yes, you will. Yeah.
Or a penalty call on you every down, one or the other.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You hate to see it back of that Joker's his jersey with his name on it, looking at guys score touchdowns. You don't want to see that. That's a bad deal. We see some bad corner play when Jokers just don't have it anymore. And corner don't have it anymore, becomes a safety. So.
Yeah. Or Darrelle Revis, when we brought him back, he looked like a totally different person. He was like 40 pounds like heavier. he just didn't have it anymore, man. That was just a legend coming back for a paycheck. That was all it was in the end.
Poor that was guy. A name. Yeah, that was a name. Hey, Revis, is that you?
He was a tank. He was looking like Kareem Hunt in his Cleveland days when he came back to Kansas City.
Unless, I mean, look, we invested a lot in a cornerback, and we do have young guys we trust. Unless we just say we roll with it. But then, like, what was that money for then? It's got to be for somebody.
Well, like you said, we're trying to get in the house, man, sign some of the guys that we got, and we're trying to save some of that money. And so
no, not to do, because doing what we did with Taylor takes money and adds the next 2 years. So it's the opposite. We're looking to open it up now for somebody like right now. Because it takes that whatever that 5 point whatever or 6 million, and I think it's 3 million the next 2 years each. So we did the opposite. We're trying to free it up for somebody now. I don't know who.
I don't know, man. You just hold the kitty like until you need it, until the purse strings, until you need it. And we'll see after this week. And here's really the question. And I was talking about this. I didn't bring a name up, but I'm inquisitive. I want to see what Joshua Williams actually does. I think he's been somewhat in the tank because he hadn't really gotten any type of reps at corner. And that affects guys if you're not being utilized. And I think it's the same thing with Mecole Hardman. Mecole Hardman wasn't getting any looks. He was just returning punts. You got to keep a guy like that busy. You got to get him involved to see what he can do. And I think Joshua Williams, this is maybe his time to say, hey, look, if it's me and Najee, then I got to show what I can do. I can't. Here's an opportunity. Now the opportunity presents itself. And all you have to do is go out there and make plays. This is what it is. You just got to go make plays now. So if you think your job is in jeopardy and you don't want the guy coming in this building playing your position, you better take the Bulls by the horns. So
Oh, you know what? My bad. I was wrong about that.
what's that?
That's not his base salary. That's his cap number. I was wrong about that. His base salary, Lattimore's, is 1.2. That's his base salary. And next year it's 16,
Oh yeah, shoot.
which is more than 31. I mean, less than 31. So that's doable. It's not crazy.
Yeah, it's not crazy. It's doable. So Sasha said Reeves got slowed down by the sack of cash the Bucks gave him to rehab. That'll do it.
I'll do it.
That'll do it. It'll weigh a whole lot of guys down that when you get big bucks.
Or another pass rusher. That's another rumor too.
You think Sue could come off the couch, JD? I know it's a name we've been throwing around for like 4 years since we started this show.
I don't know, man. I think Sue's done. I think he's done.
People keep saying Zadarius Smith's a popular name that people keep saying.
Yeah.
They have said that. They have said that. I would love to see Zadarius Smith.
Also a low cap number.
Yeah.
So if we're willing to, what if it's multiple guys? We're just load it up. Really sell out for that third ring.
I don't know.
How much for one rib?
One on the ribs. No. One rib. One rib. Well, I sure am hungry. People, they don't even know what we're talking about. Some people might get it. You know, Mark, you know what we're talking about?
No clue.
Okay.
What is it?
I'm going to get you sucker.
Okay.
And
I
it was,
know the movie. I've never seen it before.
yeah, the one asked for one rib and was ordered, and it was Chris Rock. Yeah. Don Peter said, I get it. I know you would, Don. I know Don would get it. Yeah. So I'm going to get you sucked. Them on the green beans, and Andrea's laughing. I know she got it. Yeah, Barbershop Chris Rock. So, yeah. That was a good movie. Underrated movie, by the way. That was a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't Justin Ferguson's dad in that movie? The old Raiders running back?
Yeah. Well, Fred, you talking about Fred? No, not Fred.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
He was Fly Guy.
Fly Guy. Yeah. Oh, Fly Guy.
I was that trivia.
Oh, okay. Now I'm Robert Townsend movies and what's the name of the Wayans is kind of running together for me. Because I remember the one but that's the Rocket, Don't Stop It. Do the Jerry Curl. Rocket, Don't Stop It. That's a different movie. That's Robert Townsend movie. Somebody know that one too. Good times, good movies. Can you break 100? Yeah. Can you break 100? Yeah. Yeah, for the real. Yeah. Good stuff right there. Good times.
All right, fellas. Well, that does it for us, guys. We hope you guys enjoyed this great episode of JD's 10 Keys to Victory coming from the out of the red. JD, bringing out the red lights. I love that. That was fantastic. And then that was amazing. The 10 Keys Victory. If you guys didn't get a chance to see that, please go to the beginning of the episode and you guys will see JD in his 10 Keys to Victory. And if you guys obviously place the bets on whichever one you like, Tage's bet, my bet. If you didn't like any of them, go place whatever you want to do this weekend on the bets. But, I got a streak going here, 1 for 1, or one last week with my 5 for 5, winning so far this year in the head-to-head between Tasia and I.
There you go, Marcus. Go ahead, man. Say it with your chest, man. Go on, say it with your chest. Streak of 1.
The streak of 1.
Love it.
I think percentage-wise, I think Tasia's hit more props than me. But as far as just winning a 5 for 5 set, I'm winning that category right now. But, there's plenty more games to go. And we'll be going until February.
I haven't gotten any 5 for 5s?
Not this year.
No.
Close, though. a lot of 4 for 5s, but nonetheless, we hope everybody enjoyed the episode, and we'll see you guys Sunday right after the game. We'll be on Bleacher Report. If you guys cannot get to Bleacher Report, this episode will be right here after we're done with that. And I also want to give a shout out to a lot of our new subscribers. We've gotten a lot of new subscribers over the last few days, and we are now currently 2 away from 8,000 subscribers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it here, man. Hey, this is the push. This is the push. 8,000 subscribers, man. Thank every single one of y'all that's out there. I didn't get to say hi to the chat earlier. Greg Rose, good to see you. Sasha, thank you. Hollywood Shuffle, that's the movie. Right. Thank you for that one. I couldn't think of. Andre Chenault, always good seeing you. Demonte Green Beans, man. Demonte, he sends me things on the DM we be laughing about, man. Demonte, always good hollering at you, man. Mike Brennan, good seeing you as well. Gary Holland, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Chiefs again. Let's see. Barbershop, good talking to you as well, my brother Don Peterson, Chris Hankins. Let me see who else. Sweetie was on here. Neff, good to see you like always. Good seeing you tonight. So, yeah, that'll be a good time, man. Everybody come out here Sunday, man. It's going to be, look, after this win, after this convincing victory of hitting these jokers in the mouth, taking names, we're going to get back on the plane, head back to Kansas City. But come back here. Make sure you see us. We're going to have some good stuff, man. We have some really good stuff. Okay? So, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Love y'all. So, appreciate y'all, brothers. Dash and Dash. Thank you, guys. Love you guys. I will see y'all too on Sunday for sure. So we'll just get after it, man. Chiefs going to get after it. You ready?
Hope everybody has a good weekend, and we'll see you guys Sunday. Love you guys. Love everybody in the chat. Love you, JD.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you guys. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.